What's going on, everybody? My name is Henry McDaniel, and this is the Mac Garage. Today we have my friend Sean Wright, and I'm sorry, excuse the laughter if there is any. We've been struggling to make it through this, but we're gonna get through this right now. We just can't hold it together, but we got this. We're professionals.
Breakthrough.
We're not only drummers, we're professionals at everything we do.
Right.
But yeah, we got my friend Sean. I'm sorry, I was so close. Today we got my friend Sean Wright. Sean is also known as Sean Chops Wright. You might know him from his social media. He's kind of famous. But I want to know, how did that name come about, Chops?
Man, honestly, it started, literally I walked in a guitar center and I was like, nah. I walked in the guitar center, we're gonna make it through it. I walked in guitar center and I was like, nah, and I grabbed some sticks, and the guy that worked there, he was telling me about practicing on pillows and stuff like that. He was like, it gets your chops up. And literally, I didn't even know what it meant when he said it. I didn't know when he said chops, he meant speed. Right. I just liked that it had a ring to it. I was like, dang man, I like that name. So and he said, yo, you should go by that. And then every time I would go to this, it wasn't Guitar Center, it was Sam Mash, sorry. Every time I would go to this Sam Mash, he would call me that.
Yeah. Since
I was 9 until he moved to another place.
Got just stuck.
Yeah, and then it just stuck, and then I really figured out what it meant when I went to Berkeley. Like up until high school, I had never really known what that word really meant. Yeah. So it's ironic that I stuck with it.
No, he's just arrogant. That's why he stuck with it. But
it was just because it works. It was too late. So
it's all good. But speaking of chops, the first time I ever saw Sean on social media or anything, I saw him in the Berkeley video. The Berkeley Shed Sessions video was crazy. It kind of started like a shed movement almost. So like, how did that even get started? Like, whose idea was it, and how did y'all get it to the point where it's like, man, let's put this out there on YouTube, man?
Man, it started from Matt Garska, incredible drummer, and I was his leaders drummer. I think it was him and Jan Hunter, another beast at everything.
I know.
Yeah.
All of it.
Mm-hmm. So I think it was either both of them or Matt went to Jan about it or whatever. But I know it was definitely like Matt's thing that he wanted to do. And he told us about the vision. And there was actually a few more players that were supposed to play, but ended up not being able to make it. Yeah. But we had no idea it was really going to turn into what it was. Like he just had his vision. He wanted to do something that showed unity. Us playing together and trying to feed off of each other and just putting it in the studio and just letting people just get a peek into our brains at that time. We had no idea it was gonna blow like that.
Yeah, no, that was like when I was in Chicago, man. I just came across that video randomly. And I'm like, yo, these dudes are killing. And
man, that big old fro.
Yeah, I'm like, man, when I first actually met you, you had the dreads at that time. So it was like, man, that's Sean. Like, I saw you at NAMM. Yeah. It was like, man, when I first moved out here going to NAMM for my first time, I started seeing all these cats that, I seen on YouTube and stuff. So it was cool to meet you, man. You was a cool dude. It was refreshing. And when I moved out here, I started meeting all the people that I kind of looked up to. And, for me to be so excited to meet these new people, like moving to LA, being in a new city, it was like, man, I was expecting everybody to be cool, but it wasn't. So like I said, meeting you was refreshing. So
man, for me, I'm gonna keep it funky in the Mac Garage. I'm gonna keep it funky today. Honestly, for me, it's easy because it's like, to me, and this is just my opinion, it's whack to be a certain way, a cocky, arrogant, whatever words you want to use about something that you're good at. Yeah. I feel like that's easy. Yeah. That's weak to me to if these professional basketball players, if they went around, of course they do talk trash, but that's all they did, and they had this certain, arrogant, crazy persona. Definitely. It would be weak because it's like, you're too good at that, to act like that. Like, that's too easy for you to talk. Like, for me, I'm gonna talk about something that I'm not good at. I'm gonna be arrogant about video games, sports, stuff like that. But I feel like when it comes to something that you're gifted in, That's whack.
It's like you let it speak for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause that's my biggest thing. Like it wasn't necessarily that they like, cause if that's just who you are, that's who you are. You know, I can't be mad at that. But for me, it was like, you know, I'm meeting all these people, you know, and you know, I've never changed, but you know, certain things happen. You know, I get a gig, or I mean, you know, I get put in a different position that kind of elevates my name. Then you know, people start to treat you a little differently. You know, and that's one thing I really can't appreciate or respect. You know, it's like, man, you should treat everybody the same, regardless of what they have or like what position they're in. You know, because everybody thinks like, oh man, he played for this person. Man, let me be cool with him. Maybe I could get put on. Maybe you know, it might lead to something. But you know, that's
so funny, bro. See, this is where it gets good. I just thought about something.
Yeah.
What you said is like, that's real life. Like, please listen to exactly what he just said.
It's so real.
The crazy part is he told me about. I mean, he just said his perspective of how he met me. How I met him, I saw him. It was like 2011. I think he was doing. It was like he was doing a song for like some competition or something like that.
Oh yeah.
You know, and
yeah,
just seeing his gift. I didn't care about who he played for or who he was, and I was just like, yo, man, you sound dope. I just reached out,
Yeah, no, I
said
remember
that.
that. I remember that. Yeah.
So it's funny how now, like, who's to say if I was a butthole or something like that?
Yeah,
Like,
that's real.
Look at his big head now. It's my homie, but I'm just saying, look at him now as far as. Yeah. Where he's reached his career. Like when he was in 2011, he was in school doing his thing, and I didn't say like, oh yeah, he's gonna be playing for Big Sean in a few years. So I'm gonna be nice. It was just out of the kindness of my heart.
Yeah, man.
If I was a butthole, I would have never filled in for this man's wedding.
Right. Yeah. So. Yeah, cause he was my feeling when I got married. And it's like it was. At that time, I really didn't even know him too much. I've seen him around, but I reached out because I'm like, man, he's a good dude. You know what I mean? And I know he's going to be professional. He's going to handle the gig, the way he's supposed to. So it's like, that's why that led to that. I'm like, man, I know he's going to he's going to make me look good, basically. Because when it comes to you finding the sub, especially at that magnitude, it's like you got to have somebody who's going to deliver, because or else your job's on the line. And I appreciate you. You killed it, dog. You killed it.
Congrats.
Thank you, man. My wife behind the camera, you can't see her.
You know what I'm saying? That's a little finger.
A little sexy finger, huh?
Yeah. Can you keep that out of the macaroni?
I'm sorry.
It's about drums.
We keep that in the Mac bedroom. No. Alright, we can edit that out. So Sean, who are you playing for right now, and what artists have you worked with in the past?
Right now I'm playing for this London-based. Well, he lives in LA now, but UK guy. His name is Daley. Amazing singer, great guy. I still play for this K-pop artist named TaeYang. He's known for being in this, basically the biggest K-pop group. I don't want to disrespect them, so I'm not even going to do this because, they're known to be the biggest K-pop group that ever existed. Their name is Big Bang. I played for them once. Shout out to Gil Smith, the guy that, is one of pretty much the main reasons I'm out here. Who else? Did I say Polly A? Shout out to Polly A. She's an amazing artist. Who else? I can't think of everybody I've played with. They kind of mix in between playing and programming because I've programmed for artists as well. Because when I program for them, I play drums on the songs I program. So, with that being said, Neyo. I'm sorry, I can't think of everybody at the top of my head right now. But I've been blessed to work with a nice, good set of people.
What's up, man? So for like, I know you said they're like the biggest over there in the K-pop scene. So like, how is it playing for like internationally, like a big international artist versus like a big US artist?
It's really different. It's really different. No disrespect to American artists, but it's just a certain way that they do stuff out there, and that goes from the text, the crowds, and the singers. Like, for one to text, they take their jobs over serious.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I'm just like, all right, bro, like, you don't have to do that. Like, really, you really don't have to do that. It's like the amount of respect and you know, everything that they have over there. It's amazing. And the artist, same thing. Like, he was really in the past tours I did with him, he was just really interactive with the band. Like, he would always have me, and I was playing with Joe, Delvin, and Maddie. He would always have us just doing wacky stuff. Like, he would have a Q&A section, and basically,
like,
they're all hype. Yeah, he would have a Q&A section in the show, like in the middle of the show. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
But some of the fans ask him, you know, obvious questions. Yeah. How your arms get so big? And what he'll do is he'll use that as a moment to interact with us on stage. So he'll be like, yeah, well, I work out with my band. That's how I get my money. He really don't work out with us. We'll hang with him, but you know, he do that for the show, and then we go on stage, we do push-ups with him. Sometimes we used to go on stage and we'll be challenged by one of the fans in the crowd. We'll do push-ups with him, you know, he got a few clips on Instagram people pick at me about, but there's a song called Body, and during the encore section, me and him, we always take our shirts off, throw them in the crowd, and he was just really interactive with us in a way that they don't have to be, you know.
Yeah, you've been taking our shirts off in videos for a while, man. I remember seeing you in a little video a while back.
Chill, man.
And he wanted me to introduce him as my personal trainer. Sean Workout Wright over here. He another one that's supposed to be in the gym with me, but slacker. Just like Carlin. Shout out to Carlin.
Listen.
I know you watching. Slackers.
No, we not slackers. We just
slackers. We gonna just move on. He don't even know what to say. But yeah, that's what's up, man. Yep. It seems like a dope vibe, because I know you gotta check out his YouTube page. He has clips of him playing with TaeYang on there. Link will be in the description.
Appreciate it.
You know I got you, man. Don't trip.
Oh, another thing, the crowd too, man. Like, they're not the crowd, but the fans. It's the same thing. Like, it's just over the top. Like, they treat us like we're the artists just because we play for them.
Definitely, like, you know, them Asian countries especially, dog. Like, I've been to Japan, and that's the same with me. I went over there with Stanley and George, and dog, they treated me like I was like the artist. It's like they showed mad love.
Following us to hotels.
Yeah, it's dope out there.
All kind of crazy stuff.
That's what's up, man. So man, like, when I watch you play, super musical. Like, your approach to music. It's like, even when I watched you during the performance, I'm like, I couldn't hear the music. So I'm like, man, it's like, he killing, but like, how did this fit into what's happening right now? But when I heard it back with the music, I'm like, man, like, you played everything right, all the right parts. So like, what's your approach in playing music?
Man,
not a specific style, just music in general.
Absolutely. Honestly, it's just, I'm inspired by so many drummers all at one time. So honestly, for me, I know it sounds wacky, but it's just me. Like, when I'm playing, I'm thinking about 100 drummers at one time. Like, with different ghost notes, I may feel like one person, and then another set of ghost notes, I feel like another person. And that goes with my grooves, my feels. I'm always constantly just being inspired and just always trying to interpret in my own way the people that I'm inspired by.
Right. Yeah, that's what's up, man. It's like, whoever inspired you, I need to get inspired too. Cause, dog, the way you play.
You one of them too, man. That's what I'm saying.
I appreciate you, dog.
Like, for me, it ranged from the greats all the way down to, not even down, but all the way to my peers. You know, for me, that's one thing I don't like that about certain drummers, man. I'm gonna be honest. They'll just shout out the greats, like, man, my inspirations are Buddy Rich,
right, right, the legends,
Dennis Chambers, Dave Welker. Like, come on, bro, like,
man,
you know that one little shed that you went to on 79th Street, you had some,
definitely,
some of your homies that be, smashing. You take from them. So
always, man.
for me, I'm inspired by the greats, and then my peers too. Henry.
I appreciate that,
yeah,
dog.
a lot of drummers.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. 'Cause you one of them dudes, man, that just smooth, dog. You smooth with it. You smooth.
It's love, man.
Straight up. So before we started the interview, you and my wife were kind of showing each other production. So what's up with the production like for you, and where are you trying to take that?
I'm pretty much trying to exercise all of my angles. Of course, we all know I do the arranging and stuff like that side of stuff, and I'm still trying to keep that going.
Yeah.
But I'm really digging more into like getting like placements, like pretty much radio sounding songs, but with my own little twist to it. I always try to, not necessarily conform, but give what's up now, but in my way. Right. Sean's way of his contribution of what's on the radio. Yeah. So that's
what's up, man. And to talk about the arranging, like, y'all are the first ever Strange Arrange champions. Nerdy Tunes, his band, fire. You gotta check him out. Like I said, his YouTube will be in the description, a link to his page. But yeah, man, like that whole movement, like it's still kind of going. But like when it first started with Derek Cobbs and Darren Javon and them, and then you and your band, like y'all kind of set the foundation for that YouTube arrangement stuff. So like how did that even come about? Like did y'all just say, man, let's just do some stuff.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. Nobody knows this, but it was coming from basically one of the worst years of my life.
Yeah. It
was literally one of probably my lowest of low moments, right? But by the time I overcame it, God helped me overcome my situation. Right. Of course, it was a hard situation, but I made it.
Y'all have it, man.
I made it.
And go through it.
At that point, when I made it, I'm like, all right, I'm here. I'm still alive.
Yeah.
I'm like, all I have is my music at this point. Right now, at this point in my life, all I have is my music. So, and that's literally when I started. I was inspired by Derek and DJ. When they were doing their videos, and I was like, you know what? And that's the only reason why people weren't doing it then, because everybody was just so shook up by what they did. They did so much damage. But for me, it wasn't about the accolades. It wasn't about competition. It was just about me being inspired by somebody and then wanting to just express myself musically because it's all I had left. And then my first video, it kind of went viral. And when that happened, I was like, let's keep doing it. And I did Super Bass, and that's the one that blew up, took it to the next level.
That was crazy though, man. Y'all definitely y'all took it to a place that made people want to, kind of expand on their creativity with that type of stuff. Cause, y'all, the only thing that made me mad is y'all did it so good that not everybody that's trying to do it is just not up to par. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna tell you, it's easy though. It's easy for them to be up to par. Cause you know what? It's like there's three things it takes. Like for one, it just takes being yourself. Just being yourself and saying, what do I bring to the table? What do I bring to my, what's up here that I can, voice down here to, show who I am.
Right.
Just do that first. Be yourself. That's one. Two, for me, the best way for, and it's just my opinion, this is how, I do my stuff. So there's no respect to anybody. Exactly. From our videos and, Derek and not even just us. There's a lot of people with amazing videos that blew up.
For sure. There's definitely some people
great musicality. Yeah, they kill it. But for me, what really makes it pop for me is just like how I think arranging is how I think with drums. It's all the same for me. It's placement.
Yeah.
If you make somebody do this, you make the song do this.
Yeah. And I think that's what
whenever you step out, it's like, oh my gosh, just like on drums, sometimes you may step out and it won't necessarily be the most difficult feel, but it just pops and like, oh my god, you know, got your movement section. Yeah, exactly. That's how I see arranging. Like, it's just about the placement and everything. Once I have people here, and then whenever we step out, it's like, and then we go back, and then you step out again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I definitely think that's how like some people lose it. They try to do a little too much, you know. And then it, you know, just kind of like everybody started doing it. Because it was dope when it was just like a few here and there, you know, but then when everybody started doing it, you like, all right, I'm done with these arrangements, you know. But no, y'all definitely started some type of movement, man. It's good to see. It's like super dope. It definitely, all y'all videos, man, inspiring. So,
man.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
But one more thing.
Shout out to everybody. Nerdy Tunes, man.
Y'all killing,
miss y'all, man. Looking at our videos sometimes make me want to do another one. We're not even going to talk about that right now. But Jamal,
they should do another one, man.
Zane, Prince, T-Ray, crap. Rashad, I'm talking about everybody that Munir, Daley, Nero. I gotta think of everybody, man.
It's a lot of y'all.
It's a lot of us, man. Because honestly, man, for me, Nerdy Tunes wasn't supposed to be like a set crew. Like when I first came up with that name, it was more so just a movement. And even to this day, if you feel like you know, there's certain parts of music that you listen for that most people don't listen for, and you think, you know, you may be a nerd or a geek for that, you can rep Nerdy Tunes too. Like that was the whole purpose of it. So that's why it was always such. Of course, there was some same core people, but for the most part, I didn't mind, you know, playing with anybody, because it was just anybody that shared the same passion.
Yeah, man. And that's one thing you gotta have, man. With music, you just gotta be passionate about it. And anything you do, you know, whether you're a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, a janitor, it's like you gotta be passionate about what you do. If that's what you're doing, you know, if that's what you love. So, respect to you and Nerdy Tunes, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for being here. You know, since we shouting people out, you know, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. And this is our 3rd episode. We got a bunch more, you know, dope lineup. I wish I could tell y'all everybody, but you'll see. And it's exciting, you know. Again, we're here for MacBear Apparel, the clothing line, the brand. My homie Sean, he got on the MacBear crewneck sweatshirt, and I got on the MacBear sunset tee. Sorry. But yeah, man, we here, we repping. Got my friends, man. I appreciate them, you know, for supporting and for just being here, you know, to spread the word. You know, please visit MacBearApparel.com, do some shopping, check out the site, check out the gear. We got more stuff coming out next year, and it's gonna be crazy, man. I just want you guys to just stay tuned and be a part of it all. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching.